So Dan, it's a day to go as we sit here now until your final game out here at Trent Bridge. What are your emotions at the minute about
that? Probably at the minute it's a little bit of disappointment just on the way we've played this year, and the fact that there was a very, very slim chance that we're going to make the finals. We're going to have to win these next two games by lots and lots and lots, and Yorkshire are going to have to lose by lots and lots. So yeah, disappointing looking back, and I suppose it helps, just lets you reflect on a lot of the games that we've played where we just haven't done things quite right. To be fair, it was probably always going to be my last season at 39, so it would have been nice to go out. I was pretty keen to go out on top, and having enjoyed the kind of success that we've had over the last few years, to be able to do that again this year would have been fantastic. But yeah, that's the way it goes, I guess.
On a personal level, what's it going to mean to you to be out there for one last time tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm trying not to think about it, to be fair. It's we're about to start training, so I'll just get into my training and do my batting and my bowling, my fielding like I always do, and then walk out and play the game, and yeah, just try and contribute and try and play the game as well as we can, and try and get that win here, and then hopefully try and win again on Sunday, and finish the season off on a high. Personal milestones, I guess, have never been anything I've really sought out to achieve. I've always been someone that's wanted to win trophies. That's the main reason I've been playing, particularly the last 6 or 7 years. Now I'm a bit older. It's yeah, that's certainly been the motivation for me. So yeah, the success we've had here has just been awesome, and it's been really, really rewarding to see to see that success on the back of the hard work that we've done.
Yeah. What's it meant to call such a celebrated white ball venue, particularly as Trent Bridge home for the last 7-8 seasons?
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's the best ground to play white ball cricket in the world. I haven't played red ball cricket here, thankfully, because it looks a bit too hard for that. Yeah, I love it here. It's the crowd's fantastic. The wicket's always fantastic. The outfield's fast. Always high scoring games and plenty of entertainment. So it's always great to be a part of. And it's just been a really loving and accommodating place for me over the years, and more recently for my family as well.
Yeah, what has that support meant to you? Think of some of the quarter-finals here, the Derby night victories as well in front of packed houses.
Yeah, it is. It's been fantastic. So hopefully we get another big crowd tomorrow night. The COVID year was obviously pretty difficult playing in front of no one, particularly on the back of having, 14, 15, 16,000 here in years before in those big games. So yeah, it'd be nice to come back out and play in front of another big crowd again.
Yeah, I was looking back at some of the Notts history books in terms of players who've lifted multiple trophies as captain here, and you're talking very few names, the likes of Clive Rice and Chris Reed. What does it mean to you to be in that kind of company?
Oh, I'd never put myself in that kind of company. Like, those blokes have done it in championship cricket in particular. T20's great, and it's been a huge part of my life, particularly in the last 10 years or so. But championship cricket's, that's where it's at. Championship over here and Sheffield Shield at home. That's what people aspire to, and that's sort of the top level, I think. Obviously under Test cricket. So no, I'd never talk about myself in the same breath as those guys. But yeah, nice that we've been able to have that success.
And in terms of being an overseas player at Trent Bridge as well, I know you spoke before about maybe the pressure to contribute as one of the overseas in a side. How does it feel to have established yourself amongst those overseas players that have gone before you in that dressing room?
Yeah, it's been nice. That's one of the things that is really difficult about being an overseas player, having to perform, day in, day out, because that's why the club's got you in. The club gets you in to perform. The club gets you in to contribute to victories. Thankfully I've been able to do that over the years, and the club's kept asking me to come back. So yeah, it's really thankful to Mick Newell in particular. He was the one that first got me over here in 2015. And then obviously everyone since there, working with Pete Moores and Paul Franks and Ant Botha, and yeah, all the coaching staff have just been really, really supportive of me and of what we've been able to achieve.
Yeah, and what will be the main thing you take away from your time here? Is it the trophy wins that stand out as the landmark moments, or is it something else?
It sounds a bit cliche, but it'll be the friendships for sure. Lifelong friendships of people that I've played with over the years of being here, and then as a part of those friendships, you look back at your victories and the big victories you've had and the trophies you've lifted. They're the things that really help you reflect when you go back, when you're looking back. And I think about other teams that I've won competitions with. They're lifelong friends. The people I've played in those teams with are lifelong friends, and these guys are no different.
Yeah, and we spoke to Andre Adams a couple of weeks ago wearing a hat I think that you took over for him to wear while he was out there in Oz. Will you be a keen outlaw from afar in the way that Andre is 10 years on from that?
Yeah, of course. I've played more games for Notts than any other team comfortably. I think by nearly 50 or 60 games. I think, particularly in the 2020 format. So, this is well and truly home for me, and a place that I'll always look back really fondly of, and always be keeping a keen interest on how the club's going.
And yeah, while it has been a slightly more challenging summer in the format this year, how do you think the team's set up for the years to come?
Really well. That's probably been the most disappointing thing about our season this year, is that our list is so good. We've got so many good players down that 11, to the point of having to leave people like Lyndon James out, who's only played one game for us this year, and he's been getting hundreds and dominating the championship. So that's been difficult to leave people like that out, but it just shows how strong the team is that we're able to do that. We've got so many guys that have contributed to wins over the years and contributed to the team having so much success, and that's sort of the beauty of the team. It's just been so stable and so strong for such a long time.
It's been a pleasure to watch you and the team out here over the past 6 or 7 years. All the best.
Thanks. Cheers.